Hello and welcome to part 2 of the diamond stitch pants tutorial. I hope you enjoyed part 1 where we went over materials, sizing, the diamond stitch, and we made our very first pant leg. So we're going to be going on to pant leg number 2, the left side, and the 2 back pieces. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go ahead and check out the first video. That will get you started and catch you right up. And let's go ahead and dive into the next part of the pants.
Starting with medium weight yarn and a size E hook, you're going to make your beginning chain stitches. Then turn your work and single crochet the row. Chain 3 and then double crochet the row. So skipping ahead a little bit, I've already done my first row of diamond stitches and then another row of just double crochet stitches so that I can start closing my diamonds. If you're not familiar with the diamond stitch, I do go over it in part 1 in more detail. But I'm going to start off now with my closing diamond row. So I will make a single crochet in the first 2 stitches of the row. Then I'll yarn over, insert the hook under that first front post stitch to pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over to put the hook through the next front post cluster to pull up 2, and then eventually pulling through all of those loops to close my diamond. Skipping that back stitch there, which the diamond tip overlaps, you'll single crochet in the next 3 spaces and repeat, yarning over and inserting your hook underneath the previous front post cluster, pulling up a loop and then pulling through 2 stitches, yarning over again to then insert the hook under that next front post cluster to pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then pull through the remaining loops on the hook. So I'm going to repeat that for the rest of the row. So now it's time to start the increases. So we're chaining 3 to start the row. And then you'll turn your work and double crochet into that first single crochet. In the next stitch, you'll double crochet 2 in the same space to increase. Double crochet in the next stitch. And then increase again by making 2 double crochets in that same single crochet space. Then you'll double crochet the rest of the row to finish. You'll turn your work, and we're going to make a single crochet in that first stitch of the row. Usually in the diamond stitch you can do a chain 1 and then skip that first stitch, but for increased rows I like to add a single crochet to start. You're going to just continue the diamond stitch as you usually would until you get to the last few stitches of this row. So to finish off this increased row with the diamond stitch, you're going to yarn over and then make another front post stitch into that last V of the row. So usually to finish off we would do 3 single crochets, but we're going to do 2 single crochets and then make a final front post stitch, and that's how you're going to start adding those increases on your left front panel before you chain 3 and turn your work to make another increase row. So now that you're back around to the other diamond stitch side, you're going to close the diamond by yarning over and inserting your hook under the last front post stitch of the previous row and pulling through all the remaining loops on that hook. And then you will single crochet in the next 3 spaces and make a final front post stitch to finish off this row. This is the row that you'll repeat for the diamond stitch side of your increase rows. And as you're working on your left panel, just make sure that you have your right panel ready as well so that you can check and make sure that they are twins and not cousins. Start with the increases on the inside of the panel for our thigh. So starting off with our double crochet row, we're not going to add the increases at the beginning of the row. We're just going to increase once towards the end. So start off your row with double crochets until you get to the last few stitches of this row. Once you get to the last 4 stitches, you're going to increase, double crochet, increase, and then make 1 double crochet in that last stitch of the row to finish. To work your increases into the diamond stitch now on the opposite side of the left front panel, you're going to make 1 front post stitch to begin the row. You'll single crochet in the next 3 spaces, and then work the diamond stitch as usual, closing each diamond in the row. You're going to repeat the previous 2 rows at least once, and if you've repeated them 2 times for the first panel, you can do the same exact thing for this side, just making sure to measure and making sure that both of your panels are the same width. After working your inner thigh increase rows, you're going to continue working that diamond stitch until the left front panel reaches that same length as your right front panel. So to make the back panels, you're going to follow basically the same instructions that you made the front two panels with, except you're starting with a longer beginning chain and you won't be making any diamond stitches, just double crochet stitches. So I've started off with my foundation chain, my single crochet row, and now I'm doing my first row of double crochet stitches. Going to make another 4 rows of plain double crochet stitches for a total of 5 rows before you start your increases. When you increase, you'll chain 3 and just make 1 increase at the beginning of the row before double crocheting that rest of the row to finish. For the next 8 rows, you're going to be making increases only on one side, and you'll only be making a single increase for this first part of the increase rows. So as you can see here, I've got my increases on the same side because I'm increasing at the beginning of the first row and then at the end of the next row. So you're going to repeat that pattern for the next 6 rows to make 8 increase rows in total. So after your 8 rows of single side increases, we're going to go ahead now and do the inner thigh increase rows. So this is going to begin and end with an increase double crochet, increase double crochet. As you can see here, I'm already at the end of the row, but at the beginning of this row, I've started it off with a double increase, and you're going to repeat this for the next 3 rows, or you can decide if you measure and it's not the thickness you like, you can go ahead and add a couple of extra increase rows for this part. It's completely up to you and the fit that you're looking for. After your increase rows, you're just going to double crochet until the back pant panel reaches the same exact length as your front panels.